From media blitzes to social media stunts, political candidates use every trick in the book to woo voters. Tonight, all 14 Democrats seeking statewide office are attending an event billed as political speed dating, and it's aimed at courting voters in Massachusetts' growing Asian American community. I'm joined now by Boston City Councilor at Large Michelle Wu. Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks,
I've never heard of this, so describe it. How does the event work?
We're very excited. This event tonight is part send-off for the nearly 200 Asian American delegates elected to attend the Democratic State Convention, as well as a chance for them to interact with, meet personally, and interrogate, hopefully, the candidates that are running for statewide office.
So, I mean, the media is always criticized for doing the soundbite coverage. How is this any different if they're only going to get to meet and greet people for just seconds at a time?
It's so important that the community has the chance to see the candidates show up. You know, the Asian American community, I think, has been growing very quickly, both in its size but also in its political participation. Over the last 10 years, we've seen the number of elected officials from Asian American descent skyrocket, as well as the number of voters and the number of activists. So this is a really important event for the community, just to know that all the candidates value the community's input, value the issues, and are looking to introduce themselves and also listen to what everyone has to say.
Well, who's going to be there? Do you expect a cross-section of the Asian community, or people other than the Asian community to be there? And what about the age?
Yep, the event is open to everyone, but it is a celebration, especially for the 187 delegates of Asian Pacific American descent who were elected to the state convention, so a chance for them to get to meet each other before the event in June, as well as to get to know the candidates. And each candidate will have a few minutes.
So it's just the delegates?
It's for the delegates to meet each other, but anyone is welcome who wants to hear about issues specific to the Asian American community. The candidates will also have a chance not just to speak live in person, but then to film a short segment that will be available online so people can continue to view those videos.
What are some of the issues that are specific just to the Asian American community? I know housing is an issue, but housing is an issue everywhere. Yep. So what are the ones that are specific?
Absolutely. It's a very diverse community. So it's a set of communities that crosses different economic situations, different language backgrounds. I think there are a couple of major issues that do include multilingual outreach and knowing that candidates, once in office, will make every effort to reach out to non-English speaking households. Education is very highly valued by many Asian American households. Breaking that focus on the model minority and recognizing that not only are there Asian Americans who are doing very well, but many who are struggling and do need to focus on issues of inequities and in inclusion, as well as generally valuing the input of the Asian American community.
How big is the non-English speaking Asian community in Boston? I know we've done a couple stories about housing and the growing luxury condos in Chinatown and displacing people who don't speak English. I mean, so how big is that community?
So the Asian American population in Boston is almost 10% at this point. It's a little harder to tease out those who don't speak English at home. It's a very large, two major communities, the Vietnamese community, largely centered in Dorchester, but throughout Boston, and the Chinese community, speaking both Cantonese and Mandarin, actually in Chinatown, in Allston, in Charlestown, and throughout the rest of the neighborhoods as well.
Well, how will something like this reach them?
So we've been doing a lot of outreach. The goal is that the delegates that were elected from these communities, and there was a big push to make sure that everybody knew how to run for a delegate spot, how to join in the add-on process afterwards, that those delegates will be the representative and help to take some of that information back, and then afterwards encourage everyone to look at the videos.
Will there be translators there or no?
I believe there will be.
So how diverse is, you touched on it a little bit, but I mean, the Asian community is not a monolith. There are so many, they're from all parts of Asia.
Yep.
So are the issues and the concerns that varied as well?
They are, and it's a challenge often to find those unifying issues and to come up with a common agenda. I think getting the community together is a big achievement, and getting the community together and getting all the candidates to show up is a statement to how far we've come in recent years. But overall, I think it's not just the fact that there are different languages represented, it's the fact that the socioeconomic situations are so different. There are many who came to the United States with graduate degrees and who are doctors and engineers and doing very well financially. And then there are recent immigrants who are struggling economically to find affordable housing and education and and are working in low-wage jobs. So it's a very diverse community.
Did you do the same thing before the Republican convention? Did you have the Republican candidates in?
We actually have not.
Why not?
There are Asian American elected officials on both sides of the aisle, so there's been a series in the community of meet and greets with the different gubernatorial candidates, and there were candidates from the Democratic Party, the Independent Party, and the Republican Party there. It hasn't been extended across every office, but something that if there's enough interest, we would love to put together.
All right, Michelle Wu, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Emma.